call is now being recorded.
In the properties of DTFT, I did have 8 properties. The last one is Parseval's theorem. Okay, so we should go for that property. Parseval's theorem. Parseval's theorem. What is this Parseval's theorem? What is this? What is the statement of this thing? Statement is something like this. This x of n has DTFT. DTFT x of e to the power of j omega. Then summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. Magnitude of x of n whole square is equal to 1 over 2 pi into integration from minus pi to plus pi. Magnitude of x of e to the power of j omega whole square d omega. And we have come across this kind of expression in whatever is the left hand side is a known one. Somewhere you have studied. So if you recall that in the first module we have this. That is the left hand side is the energy. And right hand side is energy density spectrum. Energy density spectrum. This is called as energy density spectrum. Okay. Left hand side is energy, right hand side is energy density spectrum. So now we should do that means energy in time domain is nothing but energy density spectrum in frequency domain. Okay. That's what we need to do here. Okay. Take the LHS. LHS is equal to LHS is what? Summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. Magnitude of x of n whole square is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into x star of n. We can write this. So how we can write this? I'll do that. Answer here. How exactly we can? Let's take x of n is equal to. Let's say x of n is equal to x plus I by some complex quantity. X star of n is equal to what? X star of n is equal to x minus I by. X minus I by. X minus I by. X star of n is equal to x minus I by. So therefore, x of n into x star of n is what? Is equal to x plus I by into x minus I by. Which is nothing but equal to a plus b into a minus b. Then it is x square minus I by whole square. Which is nothing but equal to I squared is minus 1. Minus of minus is plus y square. X square plus y square. So that is where x of n into x star of n. All this equation is equation number 1. All this equation is equation number 1. Then magnitude of x of n. Magnitude of x of n. Magnitude of this quantity is what? Magnitude of x of n is square root of x square plus y square. Therefore, magnitude of x of n whole square is equal to x square plus y square. Call this as equation number 2. So from 1 and 2, what is that? You can right hand side is same. Therefore, left hand side has to be same. Therefore, what is that? You can write it. Magnitude of x of n whole square is equal to x of n into x star of n. That's how I wrote it as. What is this? Magnitude of x of n whole square is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into x star of n. But by synthesis equation. Synthesis equation is nothing but inverse DTFT equation. Synthesis equation. I said in the last class itself, why we call it a synthesis equation. If you are able to synthesize the original sequence, from its Fourier representation, then we call it as synthesis equation. If that is the case, by synthesis equation, that means the equation from which, if you are able to synthesize the original sequence from its Fourier coefficient, is known as synthesis equation. That is given by x of n is equal to 1 over 2 pi into integration from minus pi to plus pi x of e to the power of j omega into e to the power of j omega n into d omega. Therefore, let the complex conjugate of it. X star of n is equal to what? X star of n is equal to, okay? Take the complex conjugate of it. What will you get? 1 over 2 pi into integration from minus pi to plus pi. Integration from minus pi to plus pi. What is that we have? Complex conjugate of it. X star of e to the power of j omega into complex conjugate of e to the power j omega n is what? E to the power minus j omega. Minus j omega n into d omega. Right? Now you substitute in this equation. Now you substitute in this equation. So what is that we get? Substituting in one. Equation number 1. What do you get? LHS is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. Keep the x of n as it is. Substitute the x star of n. X star of n is nothing but equal to what? 1 over 2 pi into integration from minus pi to plus pi. X star of e to the power of j omega into e to the power of minus j omega n into d omega. That is your x star of n. So x of n and x star of n are substituted this one. Okay. Now interchanging the order of summation. What we get? By interchanging the order of summation. What do we get? LHS is equal to summation and integration. One integration is there, one summation. You change this. So what will you get? 1 over 2 pi into this constant, keep it outside. Integration from minus pi to plus pi. What is that we have? X star of e to the power of j omega. We can take it like this. Summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into this x of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. Into d omega. So LHS is equal to what? 1 over 2 pi into integration from minus pi to plus pi x star of e to the power of j omega. This is by definition x of e to the power of j omega. Summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into e to the power of minus j omega n is nothing but what? X of e to the power of j omega. So therefore, what is that? You can write it into d omega. You can write it as x of e to the power of j omega. So this can be written as what? 1 over 2 pi into integration from minus pi to plus pi. This can be written as what? Similar to the what is the expansion we gave it now. Magnitude of x of n whole square is nothing but what? Summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into star of n. So same way, this x star of n into x star of e to the power of j omega into x of j omega can be written as magnitude of x of e to the power of j omega whole square into d omega. which is the required answer. You can check it out. It is RHS. So this is your answer. That means energy in time domain is nothing but energy density spectrum in frequency domain. That's what you should understand from this, right? Okay. So this completes all the properties of DTFT. Now with this, let us move on to problems on DTFT, right? Now let us go for directly an examination problem. Okay. So in one of the examination, he has asked this question. Find the DTFT of x of n is equal to minus a to the power of n into u of minus n minus 1. Find the DTFT. You know this one. See, I'll give the shortcut also how to remember this. But you have to do the DTFT. Okay. I'll tell you the answer later, right? Okay. How will you do that? By definition, what is this x of j? Find the DTFT. 4 marks question. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. This is nothing but equal to what? X of e to the power of j omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity minus a power n into u of minus n minus 1 into e to the power of minus j omega n. Just like what is that? In place of x of n, you put this. That's it. But what is u of minus n minus 1? U of minus n minus 1 is nothing but equal to its value is equal to 1. For minus n minus 1 greater than equal to 0, or minus n greater than equal to 1, or less than or equal to minus 1. And is equal to 0, elsewhere. So that means what is that you can write it? X of e to the power of j omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to minus 1. Minus infinity to minus 1. This value is equal to 1. And minus n as it is write it a power n into e to the power of minus j omega n. But we don't have formula for this one. Replace n by minus n. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to x of e to the power of j omega is equal to minus of summation n varies from 1 to infinity a power n into e to the power of minus j omega, or you can write it as e to the power of j omega, take it to the denominator 4 power n, you can write it. Sorry, this one we have to replace it by n. Replace n by minus n. Replace n by minus n means what? A power minus n into e to the power of j omega n. A power minus n. Wherever n is there, replace it by minus n, and this minus n will become plus n. Now, this can be written as x of e to the power of j omega is equal to minus summation n varies from 1 to infinity e to the power of j omega divided by a 4 power n. We have formula for this one. Summation from n varies from k to infinity is equal to a power k divided by 1 minus a, provided magnitude of this one is less than 1. Okay. So therefore, x of e to the power of j omega is equal to minus e to the power of j omega divided by a whole to the power of k is 1. This is one formula. Summation, the formula you can recall it. Summation n varies from k to infinity a power n is equal to a power n is equal to a power k divided by 1 minus a, provided magnitude of a is less than 1. It is equal to infinity, magnitude of a is greater than 1. That's what the relation is. I can check it out in the first module. I have done that one. You go through that. Okay, right. Divided by, now a is here, e to the power of j omega divided by a. 1 minus e to the power of j omega divided by a. So x of e to the power of j omega. Take this minus sign here inside. So we can write it as what? E to the power of j omega divided by A divided by e to the power of j omega by A minus 1. So this can be simplified as what? E to the power of j omega divided by A e to the power of j omega minus A divided by A. This A gets cancelled. E to the power of j omega is equal to e to the power of j omega divided by e to the power of j omega minus A. You can write it. This is your DTFT. Okay, right. Sir, why you wanted to keep it in this format? Do you know what is this one? You take the Z transformation. When the we know the relation between Z transformation and Fourier transformation. What is the relation between Z transformation and Fourier transformation? What is that? If the magnitude of Z is equal to 1, if the magnitude of Z is equal to 1, Z transformation reduces to Fourier transformation, we said. So therefore, what is that we can write it? Magnitude of Z is equal to 1. Okay, right. Right. Uh, we know that. What is the Z transformation of this one? Z transformation of this one is this Z divided by Z minus A, provided magnitude of Z is less than A. We said. Okay, right. So in what is that? That is nothing but equal to what? R into e to the power of j omega. As I said in the introduction of the Z transformation reduces to Fourier transformation if the magnitude of Z is equal to 1. This magnitude of Z is nothing but what? R. This is the angle. So this is equal to 1 means what? Z transformation reduces to Fourier transformation. Put Z is equal to e to the power of j omega. You get e to the power of j omega divided by e to the power of j omega minus a. Same thing only you get it. So therefore, this is nothing but what? Z divided by Z minus A, provided Z is equal to e to the power of j omega. That's it. That means you don't need to remember this relation easily. Anybody can tell that Z divided by Z minus A. That is Z is nothing but e to the power of j omega. So that's what you should understand from this one. Replacing Z by Z minus A, replacing Z by e to the power of j omega, you will get this, right? That's how we should do it. Now let us go for one more problem. Find the DTFT of. Find the DTFT of. X of n is equal to. This is a 6 marks question in one of the papers. 2 to the power of n into u of minus n. 2 to the power of n into u of minus n. By definition, what is that we have? The same thing here we can write it. This is nothing but equal to what? Summation. Substitute for this one. 2 to the power of n into u of minus n. So u of minus n is nothing but what? Summation n varies from minus infinity to 0. Minus infinity to 0. Minus infinity to 0, this value is 1 because u of minus imported version. Minus infinity is the least one now. That's why it start from minus infinity up to up to 0. U of minus n is folded version of u of n. U of n is ranging from 0 to infinity. U of minus n has to be ranging from 0 to minus infinity. But minus infinity is the least value. That's why the lower limit to minus infinity, upper limit is 0. Okay, and this minus is not there. And this is nothing but what? For that value, minus infinity to 0, this value is 1. Therefore, 2 to the power of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. And replace n by minus. Once again, we don't have formula for this one. Therefore, we get it as summation n varies from 0 to infinity. If you replace n by minus n. Minus n is equal to minus infinity. Therefore, n is equal to infinity. I written here. Minus n is equal to 0. Therefore, n is equal to 0. This minus is not there. And this will be what? 2 to the power of minus n. 2 to the power of minus n. And e to the power of minus j omega n is what? E to the power of j omega n. So, therefore, we can write it as take the 2 to the denominator. So summation n varies from 0 to infinity e to the power of j omega divided by 2 whole power n. This is of the form 0 to infinity a power n is 1 divided by 1 minus a. 1 divided by 1 minus a provided magnitude of e to the power of j omega divided by 2 is less than 1. Definitely magnitude of this one is less than 1 because magnitude of e to the power of j omega is 1 divided by 2. So 1 by 2 is less than 1. So this is nothing but equal to what? 1 divided by 1 minus e to the power of j omega divided by 2. Therefore, x of e to the power of j omega is equal to what? Take the LCM and take the 2 to the numerator. 2 minus e to the power of j omega. That's it. So this is the DTFT of 2 to the power of n into u of minus. Right? Let us go for one more problem. It's 1 mark each. And if the question is 1 mark each means we try to answer this in 1 or 2 lines, not more than that. Because if they are giving more marks, we shall do it in different number of steps. Okay, right. Okay, this is another examination questions in the same paper, 1 mark each. 4 questions he has asked. First one, find the DTFT of x of n is equal to delta of n minus 3 delta of n minus 3 plus 2 delta of n minus 4. And second one, the first one. Second one is x of n is equal to half to the power of n into u of n minus 1 by 3 power n into u of minus n minus 1. And third one is x of n is equal to n into u of n minus u of n minus 1. Fourth one is x of n is equal to cos omega naught n into u of n. How to do this problem? Very simple one. What you should know? This is only 1 mark. 4 marks. So all the 4 combined together, 4 marks here asked in one of the papers. If that is the case, don't go for detailed answer. So go for the direct answer. X of e to the power of j omega. Find the z transformation. Replace z by e to the power of j omega. You get DTFT. Fourier the transformation of delta of n is what? 1. So Fourier transformation also 1 minus 3 into. What is this delta of n minus 3? 3 into z to the power of minus 3. Z to the power of minus 3 means what? E to the power of j omega whole to the power of minus 3. Z is replaced by e to the power of j omega plus 2 into e to the power of j omega whole to the power of minus 4. Therefore, x of e to the power of j omega is equal to 1 minus 3 into e to the power of minus j3 omega plus 2 into e to the power of j4 omega minus j4 omega. That's it. This will fetch you 1 mark. Okay. X of e to the power of j omega for this one. This is z divided by z minus a, no? So therefore, e to the power of j omega divided by e to the power of j omega minus a is half plus minus a power n into u of minus n minus 1 only left handed sequence. Z divided by e to the power of j omega divided by z minus a e to the power of j omega minus 1 by 3 with left handed sequence. That's it. That will fetch you 1 mark. Okay, what is the DTFT of this one? So DTFT of this one is x of e to the power of j omega. The z transformation of this one is z divided by z minus a whole square. Z divided by z minus 1 whole square. So z is nothing but what? E to the power of j omega divided by e to the power of j omega minus 1 whole square minus u of n minus 1. Okay, right. U of n z transformation is what? Is the u of n z transformation is z divided by z minus 1. So that is e to the power of j omega divided by e to the power of j omega minus 1 for u of n. When it's shifted by a, and use the time shift property. When it is shifting time domain, multiplication by exponential in the other domain. So what is that we can write it? This is nothing but equal to, we can write it as, what is that formula? X of n minus n naught has DTFT. As DTFT, x of e to the power of minus j omega n naught into x of e to the power of j omega this side, right? So that to multiply by e to the power of minus j, e to the power of minus j omega n naught is 1. So minus j omega 1 will be. And this gets cancelled. So therefore, x of e to the power of j omega is equal to e to the power of j omega divided by e to the power of j omega minus 1 whole square minus 1 divided by e to the power of j omega minus 3. If you want, you can simplify it, but since it's 1 mark only, you stop at this level. And what is the z transformation of this one? Or the DTFT of this one? So x of e to the power of j omega is equal to what? So what is the z transformation of this one? Z transformation of cos omega naught into u of n is what? Z square, what is that? Z square minus z cos omega divided by z square minus 2z cos omega plus 1. That was the z transformation. So therefore, what is that again? Z square. Z square is nothing but what? E to the power of j omega square. E to the power of j omega whole square. This small omega is only like j omega naught whole square. Z square minus z cos omega. Z is what? E to the power of j omega naught into cos omega naught. So same omega is written here. Because it is given in terms of small omega naught. Some books they use small omega, some books they will use capital omega. It doesn't matter much. Okay, right. So now what is that we have? Divided by z square e to the power of j omega naught whole square. Z square minus 2z e to the power of j omega naught into minus z square minus 2z cos omega naught. Cos omega naught minus 1 plus 1. Right? Just check it out. Yes, it is plus 1. So therefore, what is that we get it? Sorry, mic was not correct. The switch off, I have not observed it. Okay, right. Now we can go for, so this is your DTFT of the 4 sequence, right? So this was asked in for 1 mark. Whenever they're asking for very less marks, no, then you go for from Z transformation and do it. Okay, right. Now another examination problem we have. So this and all 3 marks question. Find the DTFT of x of n is equal to delta of n. Okay, right. Very simple problem. X of n is equal to delta of n. By definition, x of e to the power of j omega. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to what? Summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n is delta of n into e to the power of minus j omega n, which is nothing but, okay, even though summation is there from minus infinity to plus infinity, I am multiplying this function by a function which exists only one place. Therefore, product also will exist only one place where this function exists.
This function will exist only at where n is equal to 0. N is equal to 0, its value is 1. Elsewhere it is 0 means product also will be 0. Therefore, there is no meaning in going for summation. Instead, take the value of the function only at n is equal to 0. Therefore, I will take it as e to the power of minus j omega n only at n is equal to 0. E to the power of 0 is what? 1. That is your x of e to the power of j omega. This is a 3 marks question. Okay, right. Go for one more problem. Find the DTFT. Another 3 marks question. And sometimes they'll ask you to draw the spectrum. Spectrum is nothing but what? X of e to the power of j omega. See this 0, x of e to the power spectrum, amplitude spectrum, I'll write it. Amplitude spectrum and phase spectrum also sometimes they'll ask. Amplitude spectrum, what is the value? This value is x of e to the power of j omega is equal to what? 1, no? X of e to the power of j omega is equal to 1 means what I should write? It is constant. But it is, we all know that x of e to the power of j omega is periodic with a repetition period of 2 pi from minus pi to plus. You write only for one cycle, minus pi to plus pi. Minus pi to plus pi is, its value is 1. This is your x of e to the power of j omega. This constant, no? Up to this point. Same thing will repeat up to infinity and up to minus infinity. Periodic is nothing but what? After one cycle. One cycle is what? X of e to the power of j omega is periodic with a repetition period of 2 pi means after every 2 pi, this is minus pi to plus pi is 2 pi. After 2 pi, same thing is repeated. So therefore, you no need to worry about drawing the spectrum. It's very easy because you take only 3 values 0, pi, minus pi. Sir, I want more. You can take 0, pi by 2, pi, minus pi by 2, minus pi. You take them and draw the values. But in this particular case, what is that we have is x of e to the power of j omega, its value is 1. Therefore, it's constant. The same constant is repeating from minus infinity to plus infinity with a period of 2 pi. That's what the meaning of spectrum. Right, and this axis is omega variation because x once you have converted into frequency domain, the axis becomes omega. If you are in time domain, it will become n. Right, so carefully you should do that. Right, now let us go for one more problem. Find the DTFT of x of n is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 2 comma 1. Okay, right. It's very, and arrow mark he has given like this. Arrow mark is nothing but 0th value. Okay, right. What is this x of e to the power of j omega? X of e to the power of j omega is equal to what? By definition. Okay, right. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity plus infinity x of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. Okay, which is nothing but equal to summation. Even though summation is there from minus infinity to plus infinity, my signal, this is 0, minus 1, minus 2, and plus 1, plus 2. Therefore, summation n varies from minus 2 to plus 2 only, my signal will exist. Elsewhere it is 0, therefore, there is no meaning in taking the summation from for the other values. So, therefore, x of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. So this can be written as what? X of e to the power of j omega. Give the value for this n. X of minus 2 into e to the power of, put n is equal to minus 2, e to the power of j2 omega plus x of minus 1 into e to the power of j omega plus x of 0. X of 0 into e to the power of 0 is 1 plus x of 1 into e to the power of minus j omega plus x of 2 into e to the power of n, you put 2 minus j 2 omega. Okay, right. Now you substitute the values of x of minus 2, minus 1, all those things. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to x of minus 2. X of minus 2 is this value, no? 1. 1 into e to the power of j2 omega plus x of minus 1. X of minus 1 is what? 2, no? 2 into e to the power of j omega plus x of 0 is what? 3. 3 plus x of 1. X of 1 is what? X of 1 is 2. 2 into e to the power of minus j omega plus x of 2 is what? 1 into e to the power of minus j2 omega. Okay, right? Now, x of e to the power of j omega is equal, simplify this. 3 is constant, I'll write it in the beginning itself. Okay, right? 2 e to the power of j omega plus e to the power of, see, what is this one? Cos omega is equal to what? Cos omega is equal to e to the power of j omega plus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 2, we can write it. Okay, right? If that is the case, what is that you can write it? This, you to keep the 2 outside. So anyhow, plus 2 out of these two, combine these two, take 2 outside, e to the power of j omega, e to the power of j omega, to take this one here, e to the power of j omega plus e to the power of minus j omega is nothing but what? 2 cos omega. I'll write it as 2 cos omega. It is 2, this constant I have taken out, e to the power of j omega plus e to the power of minus j omega is nothing but what? 2 cos omega. 2 cos omega, I'll write it. Okay. Similarly, from the first one and last one, what is that we have? E to the power of j2 omega. E to the power of j2 omega is nothing but equal to what? Plus cos of 2 omega. Cos of 2 cos of 2 omega. So because cos 2 omega is nothing but equal to what? Cos 2 omega is nothing but equal to e to the power of j2 omega plus e to the power of minus j2 omega divided by 2. Therefore, e to the power of j2 omega plus e to the power of minus j2 omega is what? 2 cos 2 omega. 2 cos 2 omega, you will get it. So therefore, what is that we get it? X of e to the power of j omega. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to 3 plus 4 cos omega, 4 cos omega plus 2 cos 2 omega. 4 cos omega plus 2 cos 2 omega. Now you draw the spectrum for this. You can draw the spectrum very easily. Only 3 values you take it, because we know that it is a x of e to the power of j omega is the periodic with repetition period periodic with repetition period 2 pi. So therefore, I'll take only 2 values, x of it, and it is continuous with respect to frequency. It is not discrete. So what is that? You can write it 0 pi minus pi at 0, cos 0. Cos 0 is 1, cos 0 is 1. So therefore, 4, this will become 1, this will become 1. 2 plus 4 plus 3. So how much is that? 4 plus 2, 6 plus 3, 9. At 0, its value is 9. At 0, its value is what? 9, you will get it. Okay, at pi, cos pi is minus 1. Okay, right? So cos pi is minus 1 means what is that we get it? So which is nothing but equal to minus 1 means minus 4, and this is 3, and cos pi is what is that? Pi, if you put it cos pi, cos 2 pi, cos 2 pi is cos 0, cos 0 is 1 plus 2, you will get it. So 3 plus 2, 5, 5 minus 4 is 1. So therefore, what will you get? At this point, its value is 1. Okay, right. Next, at minus pi. At minus pi means cos of minus pi is cos of minus theta is cos theta. Here also, cos of minus theta is cos theta. Same answer you will get it. You will get it as what? 1. So therefore, the value will be of this sort. Cos variation, therefore, it is smooth. Okay. What about other value? Pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. So it is periodic with a repetition period of 3 pi, 2 pi. And this side also, it will go like this. And it will be up to, what is that? You can write it as minus 3 pi. So like this, it will up to infinity. It is periodic with a repetition period of 2 pi. And I can stop at this level. It's a 1 cycle is more than sufficient for me. This is your x of e to the power of j omega. Only magnitude. Phase is 0. Okay. This is the magnitude spectra of this quantity. Right. That's how we should write it. So this was this question. Sorry. Okay, right. Now, go for one more problem. Okay, another problem. It is already we did it. So instead of that, we'll go for okay. Find the DTFT of the sequence x of n is equal to a power n into u of n, and find magnitude and phase of the signal. Okay. So for this is very simple. X of e to the power of j omega. You know that answer. You know, because if you know the z transformation, if you take the z transformation is nothing but z divided by z minus a. Therefore, Fourier transformation is replace z by e to the power of j omega. We get it as e to the power of j omega divided by e to the power of j omega minus a. We can write it. Instead, okay, go for the basic definition. Summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n is the a power n into u of n into e to the power of minus j omega n, which is nothing but equal to summation n varies from 0 to infinity, 0 to infinity, 0 to infinity, its value is 1. No, u of n is 1 for 0 to infinity. So therefore, since u of n is multiplied, therefore this summation will range from 0 to infinity, a power n into e to the power of minus j omega n. So this can be written as summation n varies from 0 to infinity, a by e to the power of j omega whole power n, which is nothing but equal to what? 1 divided by 1 minus a by e to the power of j omega by identity. We have, right? So this is your x of e to the power of j omega. And this can be written as what? X of e to the power of j omega. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to e to the power of j omega divided by e to the power of j omega minus a. So find the magnitude of it is said. Okay, right? So this is nothing but equal to what is that? This can be written as numerator. Keep it as it is, no problem. We can magnitude of this one is 1 divided by cos omega plus j sin omega minus a. So therefore, magnitude of x of e to the power of j omega is equal to magnitude of numerator is 1, because this is of the form, that is of the form r into e to the power of I theta. R is the magnitude. R is the magnitude, that is 1 into e to the power. Omega is the phase. Therefore, magnitude is 1. And magnitude of the denominator is a complex quantity square root of x square plus y square. X is what? Real part. Cos omega and a are the real part. Whole square plus sine squared omega. No need to simplify. You can stop at this level. Angle is nothing but angle of phase angle of the x of e to the power of j omega is tan inverse of y by x. Numerator angle is omega minus denominator angle tan inverse of y by x. Okay, whenever it is a x at an angle of theta 1 divided by y at an angle of theta 2, if you have, then what is that we have? Real part is what? Magnitude will be divided by x by y. Angles will be subtracted, theta 1 minus theta 2. So that's how it will be. So therefore, angle of the numerator is omega minus angle of the denominator. That is nothing but tan inverse of y by x. Complex quantity, angle of the complex quantity, tan inverse of complex imaginary part divided by real part. Sin omega divided by cos omega minus a. So that's how we can. If you give the values for omega, we can sketch it also. Okay, right? So that's about this problem. Finding the magnitude and phase angle of a given problem. Okay. Okay. Another problem from the examination. Find the DTFT of 6 marks question. Find the DTFT of x of n is equal to half to the power of n into u of n minus 4. Half to the power of n into u of n minus 4. It was asked for 6 marks. X of e to the power of j omega by definition is what? Summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into e to the power of Always you try to write the formula. In case if at all if the calculation mistakes is there, you may get some marks for the formula itself. Okay, right? So all don't try to go for direct substitution. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n is what? Half to the power of n into u of n minus 4 into e to the power of minus j omega n. When I say u of n minus 4, therefore summation n varies from where to where? 4 to infinity. What is that? You can write it. This one e to the power of minus j omega and take it to the denominator. Therefore, what will you get? 1 by 2 into e to the power of j omega whole power n, we can write it. So this is nothing but equal to what? X of e to the power of j omega. Summation n varies from k to infinity is what? A to the power of k. That means 1 over 2 e to the power of j omega whole to the power of 4 divided by 1 minus a. A is what? 1 by 2 e to the power of j omega. That's it. That's how we should do it. It's a 6 marks question in the examination, right? One more problem that we have seen in the examination, simple, similar to kind. It is x of n. X of n is equal to 0.5 to the power of n plus 2 into u of n. It was asked in one of the papers, into u of n. So it is similar to the earlier problem. Only thing what you can write is x of n is 0.5 to the power of 2. You take it outside, constant. 0.5 to the power of 2. That is nothing but 0.5 is half. Half square is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 you take it out. 0.5 to the power of n into u of n. Copy the whole of the problem of the last one. So that is nothing but equal to what? The same answer you will get it, multiply by 1 by 4. That is the problem. You can take it as homework. Go for one more problem. It is similar to the earlier problem. I did it. Find the DTFT of x of n is equal to 1 for n lies between minus 5 to plus 5 and is equal to 0 elsewhere. And it was asked for 4 marks. There are very easy problems. Okay, right. So this is nothing but what? X of e to the power of j omega, definition, summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. X of e to the power of j omega is equal to, even though summation is there from minus infinity to plus infinity, my signal is ranging from where to where? Minus 5 to plus 5. Minus 5 to plus 5, this value is 1 no, into e to the power of minus j omega n. Therefore, x of e to the power of j omega, give the value. Starting from minus 5 up to plus 5, the values will be what? Minus 5 to plus 5, we have 11 values are there. 1 to 5, 5 values, minus 1 to minus 5, 5 values, plus 0th value. E to the power of minus 5, first you take minus 5. Then what will you get? E to the power of j5 omega plus e to the power of j4 omega. Put a value, give the value for n. N is equal to minus 5, minus of minus plus 5 omega will get, plus e to the power of j3 omega plus e to the power of j2 omega plus e to the power of j omega plus e to the power of 0 is 1 plus 1 you give. 1 means e to the power of minus j omega plus e to the power of minus j2 omega plus e to the power of minus j3 omega plus e to the power of minus j4 omega plus e to the power of minus j5 omega. So that is your x of e to the power of j omega. Now this can be written as what? Simplify this. X of e to the power of j omega is what? 1 you treat it as constant. E power j omega plus e to the power of minus j omega is what? 2 cos omega. E to the power of j2 omega plus e to the power of minus j2 omega is what? Plus 2 cos 2 omega plus e to the power of j3 omega plus e to the power of minus j3 omega e to the power of minus j3 omega is what? 2 cos 3 omega plus 2 cos 4 omega plus 2 cos 5 omega. That's it. Okay, right. And then we can write, if you want, you can write the even spectra also. Very simple one. 0, pi, minus pi. Only cos 0. Cos 0 is what? 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. How many 2's are there? 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 into 2, 10 plus 1, 11. At 0, its value is 11. Okay, right. At pi, cos pi is what? Cos pi is minus 1. This will become minus 2. Cos 2 pi is what? Cos 2 pi is, what is that we have? Cos 2 pi is cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. It will become 2. Cos 3 pi is cos pi. Cos pi is minus 1. It will become minus 2. Cos 4 pi is cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. 1 into 2 is 2. And cos 5 pi. Cos 5 pi is cos pi. Cos pi is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 gets cancelled. And my 1 minus 2 is your minus 1. You will get it. So therefore, cos pi, you will get it as minus 1. So this value is minus 1. So highest is okay, right? What about minus pi? Cos of minus theta is cos theta only. Cos of minus theta is cos theta only. So that also will become same value, and it will be at minus pi, its value is minus 1. Further it will repeat. So this is the spectrum for x of e to the power of j. So like this, and this axis is omega. So that's how we can find the Fourier transformation of any given signal. I'll stop at this point. I'll continue in the next class.